We are live. Does it say that we are playing Final Fantasy? It does! We're playing Final Fantasy today.
Oh, I don't have this all muted. Oh no.
Are we?
Oh no! Cursing's got the double echoes. Oh, wall, 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 wall.
No, I already muted it. It's fine.
Oh. Sadness.
Ah.
Howdy, everyone. It's been a while since we've all been able to get together and stream. Life has been kicking me in the pants the last month or so. But we're here, and we're gonna be.
When we say it's been a month since we last streamed, we mean it's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month, and it's
a lot of stuff.
And it's still not over. We've got family obligations later this week, and blah.
It's done.
At least that'll be cake.
Yes.
Are
So
you
today-
ready for 2 hours of nothing but rock and roll music and masculinity, sponsored by Cup Noodles?
Sponsored by Cup Noodles. I've never actually played the Gladio DLC, so I'm gonna struggle a little bit at the beginning, but then I'll get the swing of it eventually.
You can
And
pick
then-
up a killer.
I have heard that is the secret to damages. We have to get 7k damage done to enemies in order to get Gladio's glorious no-shirt outfit, is my understanding. And if I don't achieve that in my first playthrough, I will just do that off camera.
There's also
Because-
mods.
Well, I mean, why would I do mods whenever there's an achievement?
You telling me there's no bikini mod?
I wish. I would. Okay.
Censored.
I'm censoring myself here, but yes.
POS.
That's exactly what
I wrote we're worse than what you were gonna say, so.
Okay, I'm making sure the stream is stable, and it looks like we're stable. Okay. Let's go ahead, and we're gonna do new game here with Gladio. We're gonna do this on normal.
His lips are so plump.
Hey, they are. Oh, we did pause to appreciate Gladio's DLC opening with the camp light and
There's
firelight.
nobody
You
here.
will.
Yeah.
It will be good to know real quick that the stream, the Steam voice icons are not showing up on.
I want to take whoever made this stream icon overlay for Discord, and I want to shake them in the hand, and then I want to slap them in the face. Because there is no immediate way that I can see to turn it off. And there should be. Because it's gonna annoy me. Because I don't see the bubbles on my screen. That's on OBS. That's on the Twitch overlay. It's not on the game screen I play. That's why I have to pause and actually read chat. Though I don't think there will be many people in chat today, because the 3 people who would usually be here are with me. And thank you guys for being.
I'm stuffed.
I finally talked to you.
My compliments to the chef.
My pleasure.
I can.
Stuffed with what?
Did you enjoy your time with the Marshal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I sure did.
So, what's that thing on your face?
Oh shit! I have the Luna mod on.
X marks the spot.
That's just a
Something's
scratch.
not right here.
The other guy got off.
No, everything's right. Everything's perfectly fine. I forgot.
Fug.
Whenever I play by myself, I play as Luna. There's no way to change her voice. It's just a skin.
That's so
We call
funny.
him the Blade Master.
John? Begin combo. The combat is different from the normal. game. I'm very excited because after this, then I get to. Oh boy.
DMC.
Striking and blocking differs from. Okay. Strike.
Welcome to Final Fantasy 16.
A great sword can increase your combo.
He broke live.
Wait, really?
I'm alive as opposed to.
Not live. Offline.
Oh, I just accidentally skipped through that enemy.
Oops.
What do you think? What do you think the blocking button is? Okay.
It's called Use Gladio's body.
He's not. He doesn't
He
automatically
is the block
turn
button.
to them.
He is the block button.
Well, he's obviously not as quick as Noctis. So, like, Noctis is. Oh, you're vulnerable. Oh no!
How much do you think Gladio weighs, guys?
How tall is he?
He's
6
pretty.
feet,
He's
right?
pretty tall. He definitely weighs over 200 pounds.
Especially with
But
muscle.
these are not counting as blocks. I don't.
Yeah,
I
you do it at the right time.
Do I have to be locked onto an enemy? It hasn't told me how to lock on yet. I can't warp, and that's throwing me off. Ah,
Yeah, you have to do it at the right time.
okay.
It's like a timing thing.
When his valor is high, press F to perform a glaive arc. Okay.
Bless you.
Also, I did not block 5 attacks. I just want to say.
Okay, quick Google search says press and hold the square button to block.
Welcome to.
Yeah, 200 is like considered a healthy weight for.
For someone of who's tall.
I feel like he's probably at least 250 though, because he's got so much muscle mass.
Probably.
I need somebody to draw him with like dad bod though, because like I feel like he's a little unhealthy.
I have a
He's
comic to show with you
dehydrated.
later. I have a comic to show you later.
Ooh. Dad bod Gladio.
Oh, he has the same ringtone as Noctis.
Oh.
Gladio? Yeah, who do you think it is? Catch you
What a
at that
jerk.
time. Are you here yet? Yeah, I'm at the crow's nest. Good. Thanks for agreeing to meet with me. Sure. So, are you ready to move out? Of course. What about you? Are you mentally prepared?
No.
No.
Of course. I'll be right
Yeah,
over.
sure. Cries.
Okay.
They're definitely putting on tough guy act.
I think the block button is the same as the dodge button.
About time.
You hold it. Because one of the reviews says the person who designed the same block button onto the dodge button is probably the
What'll it
same
be?
dude who designed the jump button picking up
Just a
items
water's
in
fine.
interaction.
Thanks.
Oh, he's
Allow
not
me to
getting
ask
a
you
beer.
once more. Are you sure you're ready to take on the Blade Master? I went up against the High Commander and got my ass handed to me. I didn't stand a chance. And I never will unless I get more power. Then answer
More
my
power.
question. Are you ready
Oh,
or not? You think I would have called you here if I weren't?
Core thinks he's
So
being
you're
very
ready to face
childish.
death. Gilgamesh awaits
like this in the
challengers
Japanese
in the
version of
recesses
this?
of those ruins. It's been 30 years since we uncovered the caves. We've sent countless expeditions, but all of our efforts have afforded us no rewards. And no survivors. Except for you. You undertook the trial, and you made it back alive.
Well, is Core the Immortal?
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah. He's also like,
Are
what?
you going to do
Let's
the
move.
thing where you get to boss fight and immediately turn around and fight Core? Or
And Core is harder than Gilgamesh.
Friends, why you were
Mind
taken
you.
off. Just said it was business. Didn't want him getting all worried about me. Or knowing your pride took a beating.
I had to watch this DLC to write a chapter in my fan fiction, and it was torture.
I would just like to clarify that I have a major headcanon that whenever Kor came and fought Gilgamesh and then like came out or whatever, he was lost.
Or came out.
Yeah, Kor came out alive.
Like Pride Month.
Hell yeah. But
Good for him.
long story short, he basically had no idea what was happening the entire time.
Right. Oh,
Dude, honestly.
He was a teenager at the time. He wasn't even he was like 18 or something like that.
my gosh.
He was probably experiencing a hangover and just very confused. Okay.
He smoked some weed. He was like, dude, what's going on?
Exactly. He got some
Probably wandered off
edibles.
just to smoke the weed.
He wandered
Guys,
off.
does weed exist in this universe?
Yes. There's no way that weed doesn't exist in this universe. Okay.
He wanted to avoid Wescamp. So he wandered off into a ravine to smoke weed in peace.
So,
Okay.
So to answer your question from earlier, check the controls and whichever button is the dodge button is also blocked.
Yeah.
When this dish beats.
It's interesting. Non-existent chat, by the way. We're gonna pause a lot and just talk about lore. So this is where the entrance to the DLC is. Right? Whenever you come here in game, this is a trail filled with corrals. And if you get to the end of the trail, there's just a harder corral at the end. That's like a level 50 mob.
Yeah.
And there's
I
no
remember
there's no
struggling against those 50 corrals.
yeah, there's so it's
And then you
interesting
proceeded to go right back in.
it's interesting that this is where it is. Yeah, because I went in here to see what was down here because I saw it on the map. I came back and then I got a quest to go kill that thing. And I went, ugh. And then I gave up because they kept killing me and I was out of potions.
I literally couldn't believe you wanted to go back.
Yeah. So long story short, the story here is that Gladio wants to go against the Blade Master, who is also called Gilgamesh, in order to prove himself because he got his ass handed to him by ravens.
He's being a big keyword.
And he's being a big baby about it. And Kor is the only person who has come in and out of Gilgamesh's trial alive. And he did that whenever he's 18. He's about 45 now.
Oh,
So
I hope that I'm as lithe as him as when I'm 45.
just do your stretches. Do stretches every day.
Kor looks pretty good for a 45-year-old man who has no children.
He's got the dad bod.
Does have the
He also
bod.
looks like he's having a migraine.
No turning back.
Constantly.
Yeah.
He's looking at me. He's just like holding his head every 5 seconds.
He's got a migraine. He definitely wants to take like. I'm not gonna.
He's
All
got
the
back pain.
ibuprofen.
I cannot go into first person. That's.
I think he feels really stupid in that outfit. He's like, this is the dumbest thing.
I will say this forever and ever is that Kor's character design is piss. He is wearing wading boots. He's got a tank top over a crew top shirt, and his jacket doesn't really like fit him all that well. He looks like he dressed himself and doesn't know how to dress himself.
No, I here's what happened. Regis gave him this outfit and was like, you look good in this.
I mean, he's worn it ever since.
Right.
To be fair, it does do the thing where like the super high rank, really strong guys. Don't want to stand out. Don't wear fancy stuff. Like you look at the Chocobros and they got like embellishments, pockets, all these like extra stuff on their base Kingslave jacket clothes, but Core is about as high as you go without being blood royalty. So,
Yes,
and
but
he's just like he's dressed a little weird, but he's just dressed like a dude. Like
Yeah.
he's not flaunting his out.
true,
Like
but
he's not saying I'm Core the fucking immortal. He lets people f around and find out that he's Core worthy.
again true, but he's also one of the like 2 people who can join the party for a time, and so his clothes should have a bit more personality.
I like.
As a character design, it's not great, but
They added more muscle to Gladio in the DLC. His shirt is tearing for this skin mod I have. It doesn't tear. Yeah, it doesn't. Where did Core go?
His nips are showing.
Yeah.
Goes away. Girl.
The underboob shirt.
It's not letting me pause. Why is it not letting me pause?
Girly pop,
There we
get
go.
it
Here.
together.
Yeah, that's gonna be way too distracting. So we're gonna do. I don't know. Do we want no jacket or jacket?
Well, the
gonna
no
get
jacket is
sweaty.
the closest we get to
abs or
shirtless.
no abs?
No abs.
No abs.
Also, look
Okay,
at all those
very confident.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Guns out. Sun's set. Sun
Guns
is
out,
not
sun's out. Well, Not
It's
yet.
cloudy here.
we're about to go into Silent Hill fog.
It's a balmy 60 degrees here. It's fucking cold.
Yeah, these corpses have got a smell.
Hmm.
Actually, after a certain point, they would no longer smell.
Well, I mean, they're pinned up like warning.
It's the Final Fantasy X
You're alive.
spirit things.
Firefly. Yeah.
Oh my god, did you see Core like teleport over there?
Who are you?
That was kind of scary.
Haunt these grounds, following our leader in death as in life. Not what our souls remain, clinging to the vestiges of our past,
Okay, here's my question: is Core hearing these voices too?
determined to become the king's shield,
He's already heard them.
to inherit the power they pursue.
The Blade Master's
Okay.
men have sworn their loyalty both before and beyond the grave, scaring off the unworthy. Then they'd better prepare for disappointment. I don't scare easy.
Okay, so he definitely can hear them.
I think he could definitely hear them.
Okay,
Yeah.
because when I was like writing my fanfic, I made it so where like Rum couldn't hear them, but the guys could because I guess they were the ones doing the trial or did the trial before.
I think the way I interpret everything they tell us about Core, how he wasn't a shield, but then he completed the shield trials, how he's considered the immortal, etc., is he's just like the exception to fate. Like he breaks everything that he gets involved with. Because the gods have everything planned out, but they did not plan for him.
He's a glitch in the system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. Sneeze. God bless you, Gladio.
Needs to take medicine for that. maybe in my second to last chapter of my fan fiction, I'll address.
He
his
does
sneezing.
not take out.
It's all yours, Marshal. Well, don't mind if I do.
Oh, I just did a link strike. Okay, I was wondering what was going
Nice.
Pathetic.
on. Heavy metal music.
2 hours of nothing but beefy men hitting things with metal music in the background. Yeah. I don't know if I code core PG.
That's exactly another reason I have with his model is I was reading Final Fantasy 15 fanfic, specifically Prompto adopted by Core fanfics, and then I was like, you know what? I don't know what these characters look like, and I looked at Core and I went, no, like because Core should look more like Claris or Gladio, like in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
He should not be a twunk.
Aw, I like him as a twunk though.
Honestly, whenever I picture Core, I picture like
whoa, there he goes.
From okay.
He's
I
like
picture like Sid from Final Fantasy X and like sort of an older guy, but like still skinny and tall, but like this just looks like
Gladio looks older than Core. That's the issue here. Is that Gladio is in his early 20s. He's like 24, 22, 24, depending on which time you agree to. But then Core looks younger than Gladio.
Yeah, they should give him some gray hair.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't Core graying in the beard at the very least?
Yes, I agree.
I mean, I know some men don't.
Yeah, video game developers, give us some finer older gentlemen, please. Not everyone needs to be 18 and young.
Because I think even Noctis has like gray in his beard when he gets older, in his 30s.
Yeah. And I don't think Core dies.
I do recall being very disappointed first thing Core because Bikini Bro, you were talking about Core and stuff just like as one of the characters in this game. Or I like had an issue for it. You kept saying the words dad core, which to me equated to like cottage core or solar punk core or whatever. So like, you know, dad core. So I imagined a dad. And then we get this.
The first hour of this entire stream is just gonna be us shitting on Core's character design. I'm at like half health.
Well, you better fix it.
I'm wondering if I should fix it before I go down. There.
Let's razor it.
The blade you use to shave?
No, it's like a bar or...
Oh, that is my rage. So I fill up my rage by hitting things, and then I can hit F, and then that is the next technique I will use. And then the cooler I do, the better I do, the more the rage meter, the quicker the rage meter will fill. Because it's at one point...
I came up with a cursed image. Ignis with facial hair. Yeah.
What kind of facial hair?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't think he can grow it. I think he's just got permanent baby face. Because like,
no, he definitely has to shave. I think I could see him with mutton chops.
Yeah.
Like
I can see it looking patchy and bad whenever he's like first developing facial hair, but he could pull it off. He's dignified to pull off anything.
I hope him.
Whee!
Whee!
I don't know, I guess I just always have the headcanon that he just never can grow it. Ah!
He ain't going down
The Sephiroth here? Okay.
Hey.
Was that Gladio or Core?
That was Gladio.
Too slow.
We're gonna impale this sword snake on a sword.
Hard and fast.
Hard and fast.
I'm actually more a slow and steady kind of a fighter, so I got
Ready?
that was whatever Razor it. Core has left the part. He's abandoned us. We got in, and he's like, "Sorry, I've got my own side quest to do."
Right. He just vanishes. Ooh. Get the hell out of my cave.
Ooh, water walk.
You come to prove yourself worthy of my mantle?
I do. I am here to undertake the trial of Gilgamesh.
And what is it you hope to glean?
Power. And you're gonna give it to me.
Okay.
Is that so?
Ready or not.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Ow.
I don't know, when I was writing this part of the fanfic, I was like, Gilgamesh had visited all three of the characters in his own little way. And that was kind of my headcanon. It's like, he's just like, kind of a god, question mark?
I would definitely classify him as a demigod. Am I supposed to lose here?
I think it's this scripted loss, yes.
Because I cannot hit him.
Needed to impress. Only he who possesses both muscle and matter of equal caliber deserves the honor of fighting beside the chosen king as his snowy shield.
You saying I don't?
I think he's saying
Great
that.
evil threatens the people of your world.
Now stay on
It is
your
but the
knees.
King of Kings and his shield
Stay right
who
there, Gladio.
safeguard their lives. All those unworthy or unwilling to rise to the task meet their end here, by my blade.
I ain't meeting mine anytime soon. This trial hasn't even begun.
Dude, you've already failed.
If you
Have
do
no
not fear
health.
death, then go forth with reckless abandon and prove your worth.
You are
Owie.
ready for this. In that case, let the trials begin.
Where did you go?
So the Blade Master. He's a master of blades. What? Were you expecting
Oh
something
shit,
profound?
really?
I'm sorry, Core ran from this direction and there's a waterfall.
Xenoblade.
There's no loot. Sadness.
Okay.
Okay.
I found
My-
a waterfall like that in Oblivion, and they didn't like. There was a cave nearby, but they didn't put the cave underneath the waterfall. I'm like, what are you doing?
There's they're throwing you off the scent. Okay. It's time to just talk for a moment about this formation right here. So
Okay.
this is what happens in a volcano. Do you see these
yeah.
things? This is what happens whenever lava is in a magma chamber and then it cools slowly. And whenever it cools slowly, it forms into hexagonal or square tubes that go all the way up and down because it's basalt. And basalt crystallizes in a hexagonal pattern. Right? And then the outer part of the volcano will degrade away, erode away, and leave these columns and stuff behind. So
Isn't
we're
this, like, the god area, like the gods like fought here at some point or something.
Yeah. So we're in the giant chasm in between Lestalem and the rest of the disc. And that chasm was made during the Astral War. So whatever happened here during the war made all of this be magma at one point.
So, okay, put in your bets. Was it Titan's fault or Ifrit's?
I think it's both. A combination of both. Because I think those giant arches you see over the sky are from Titan.
Yeah. Blink.
Ba-ding.
Ding, ba-dum.
Ba-ding, ba-ding,
I wonder if the
ba-ding.
volcano is still going to be exploding by the time I get to Hawaii.
Yeah, because your vacation to Hawaii is towards the end of the month, right?
Yeah, so we're going to the Big Island, the Kona area, apparently that volcano is exploding on the other side of the island. I might go see it.
Just
Just
be
don't
careful.
get too
Got the
close or
chance.
you'll vaporize your lungs.
Better rest here while I can.
If it's safe. If the people are like, yeah, don't go there, I won't. But I would like to see an active volcano in real life. That would be neat.
I think it would be.
I wonder if you can get someone to give you a piece of lava. That's
I'm trying to look at this.
Yep.
He does eat the noodles. Okay, does Core eat the noodles?
No.
He's just staring at them.
It's like, why do I have this? This is so much sodium.
He's just gonna offer it to Gladio here in a moment.
It's yummy. It looks so good too. I haven't had cup noodles in a long time. Damn you, Square.
I actually don't like cup noodles.
Aw. I only like the cup noodle version of them. I don't like the other off-brand ones.
I like noodles. I like broth. I do like
The
shrimp.
Blade Master isn't here to train you. He's here to test you. He won't go easy on you just because you
That
joined the
sounds really
Crown's
good
Guard.
right now.
So, no mercy for newbies like me.
That's enough.
Ah!
So what? The weak aren't worthy of serving as shield? In his eyes, the weak aren't worthy of living. All of them are fools, punished for aspiring beyond their station. I was a fool back then, too. And I was punished.
But not with
But
death.
you weren't killed. Maybe you weren't worthy of serving a shield, but he must have seen you as worthy of living. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
This is exactly why I think Core was
Back to the
blacked out for the
trials.
majority of this. Is because any question he gives about Gilgamesh, he just sort of like gives a non-answer.
I'm going to be vague as humanly possible.
Yeah, but that's Core here has a very good point. He's telling Gladio this is not a place you come here for training to get stronger. This is
Right.
this is the final test. And it's either fail or you don't fail.
Keep your eyes and ears open. Done and done.
Okay.
Probably still feels like Gladio's fucking around, honestly.
Yeah.
Ah! Booms. And skellies.
Okay. I should not
Oh
have.
my god. You're being ambushed. Yeah. 999, 999.
Okay. Why is there another camp here? Oh, that's up there. What's over here then? Loot!
Penny.
Okay. The thing about Gladius DLC is it wants you to charge ahead and go really fast and do things kind of Devil May Cry style. But
That's not your way.
there's loot.
Your skill is impressive. You may have the strength to defeat the darkness, but do you have the spirit to survive these trials?
Hilariously, spirit is a mechanical.
I'm literally just looking at background right now.
No, it's fine. What are these wires?
That's what I'm wondering. I guess they're supposed to invoke sort of like Japanese shrines, Shinto shrines and stuff like that.
Or vines, maybe, that are just like...
No, they're definitely like little flags with cloth on them. I guess.
The
I guess.
idea of little zombie skeletons just decorating their home is kind of cute.
Aw.
It's definitely Gilgamesh. Definitely has a thing for arts and crafts.
Aw.
I mean, you could
Bored,
make
okay.
ropes and strings out of like ligaments.
Gross.
The skeletons made them out of
Anyone who
kelp.
wanders in, just steal their
At the
clothes.
entrance of the cave, there were a bunch of corpses in the wall. Not out of the question for interior deck.
He's probably bored after, you know, centuries of waiting for people to come and challenge. He's like, eh.
Ow.
Ow.
I'd be bored.
Gladio does not bring out his shield quickly. It's like you have to dedicate each swing.
So what you're saying is he's Dark Soul.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about like what it's like to be a god and just sit there and wait for people. Like that's gotta be boring.
Assuming you're within time and space, and not outside of it.
Wow, Gladio, great death from above there. Oh, the music's picking up.
I am deaf. Are you here to take my hearing? What?
You're mine. Let him have it.
I need to find that comic. I love that stupid skeleton.
Where are these columns everyone keeps telling us about? As far as this DLC goes, they always
it'll come up.
They always tell everyone who talks about the Gladio DLC is like, make sure to use the columns.
Oh, they'll be here.
Oh yeah, use the columns. I forgot.
I'm looking at the columns. They're mostly just decoration.
You're not there yet. You'll know when they show up.
Yeah.
I promise.
Like I said, if I don't get the achievement on the first playthrough, I'll do this by myself, and it will go a lot faster because I'm not looking at everything for the first time.
How many enemies do magic damage?
Yeah,
They're supposed to be testing his spirit, which is a literal stat in
those
the game.
those guys with scythes we were just fighting they don't do physical damage, they do magic damage.
And we saw the thunder bomb.
I'm gonna touch something that looks.
A trial chamber. The hand-holding stops here. Good luck.
You're holding hands?
Oh my god, they were holding it.
Yeah. So those ropes and stuff, that's how Shinto people would like seal things away.
Oh.
Almost like the game was made by a Japanese gaming.
Wow, really?
Ow.
Prepare yourself, young warrior, for the trials that await.
I mean, it's got a lot of different cultural aspects to it, though.
Be yours.
Ah!
Hold on.
Interesting.
Are these smaller fry? Oh, Lord.
Triangle attack.
I'm trying to see if these guys are endless or not.
They probably are. That looks like a necromancer.
What is his name?
It's Nurgle.
Nurgle. Imagine going into I am Nurgle.
It is interesting to me at least that they use plural program for pronouns. Prove yourself to us to achieve our power. Wonder if it's something similar to the Kings of the Past.
Okay, I gotta change up my strategy there.
Fields of the Past are fine. That might have been implied earlier. I don't know. I might have.
It could also be them just being weirdos.
Yeah, definitely looked like it.
Oh, he's vulnerable. He's vulnerable.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to use the rage mechanic.
Okay, I killed him. Okay. So the
Fireplace.
trick to him is to deal with the small guys, dodge his attacks, and then get him.
Power goes with you now, young warrior.
My hand.
Power.
So Gladio gets to summon an army of the undead.
I've been playing
So
a
the
lot
leveling.
of Tears of the King.
Does Gladio get a triangle attack?
No, you collect 4 of those and you get in addition.
Secret
He now
stones.
gets the ability to block damage better. Okay.
What?
Stand tall, for the shield of the king must kneel in subjugation before no man.
I'm gonna definitely kneel to
Thanks for the
somebody.
advice. And for the pick-me-up.
Can I go back? Oh god! Core!
Hey.
I was going back specifically to see if I could, like, see him through here, but I guess he just squeezed through on his own.
Yeah, it said Core joined your party when.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people made it here. Okay.
And apparently they died here.
Well, you made it out alive. Your first trial may have ended, but many more await you on your road to an audience with the Blade Master. Prepare yourself.
Yes, because Nurgle is terrifying.
Am I dumb?
I don't think you are, but why do you feel such a way?
Matt Mercer? What?
Oh, yes!
Did
He's Matt Mercer.
Core is voiced by Matt Mercer.
That just like
Wow.
okay. No,
Yeah.
I think I knew that before, but it's just been so long since I've heard Core's voice, and I didn't like.
You didn't consciously think about it.
Before when he was,
We're going on a life-changing journey with Matt Mercer about all the toxic masculinity. And that's why Core looks like he has a migraine, I guess.
Oh, this manliness.
Might as well take a break.
I wonder
Oh, you got the chance.
how many days do you think they were in here canonically? Because from Noctis's point of view, they have to.
Wait.
Where do they go? They go somewhere, and then they decide to go to the Vesper Pool, and then the Vesper Pool is locked. I forget what the events are of the story leading up to this, but they go to the Vesper Pool. Noctis, Pronto, Ignis meet up with Arden, Area, do that trial, come out of that trial, go back to Lestalem.
Feels like
I guess,
a couple of days.
I guess it would depend on whether or not you put a headcanon the wounds Gladio receives in these trials. Would they be instantly healed at the end of each trial, or does he have to recover? Because I don't know how many trials there are.
I mean, high potions and potions exist.
Yeah, but
assuming that
like,
each rest is 1 night.
So we're on night 3.
My father never undertook the trial of Gilgamesh, did he?
No, he wasn't
No.
stupid.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or
I do. I mean, it can't be because he was scared, right? Not of the trial. He was scared of failing as leader of the Crown's Guard and as Shield of the King. He couldn't leave His Majesty alone, weakened by the wall as he was. After all, what good is a shield with no one to protect? What about you?
Oh.
Worried about leaving your majesty alone?
I don't.
Well, a little. But I'm gonna do what's right for me, like my father did what was right for him.
It's not like Gladio has a complex already about his dad or anything.
Whenever
Yeah.
you're ready.
We never explore.
Yeah, Core is sitting here telling him, your dad never came in here because he didn't want to die. Sorry.
No, I honestly do think that like Gladio is kind of pissed off at the fact that like he was basically forced into doing this shit for Noctis. He didn't really have a choice. I guess and you know the game's always like, oh well, he did, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. I'm sorry. He was basically forced into this.
Yeah, whenever he was a teenager and he had to train Noctis, he wasn't happy about having to do that. Whenever, like, him and Noctis are friends, but it's compared to most of the other bros, it's very much a work relationship.
Yeah, it's like I think a lot of people misinterpret that as like, well, he's just being a mean ass to Noctis, and it's like, no, he's just literally like he cannot like process his emotions correctly because he's basically just trying to do his job.
Yeah,
Like,
and then something
inside.
else that adds into it is that Ragus knows Noctis is going to die, right? And that's why Ragus wants Noctis to grow up and live as much of a normal life as he can instead of worrying about being king, right? Claris, I assume Ragus and Claris would have talked about this. Claris keeps pushing Gladio to be the shield for the next king, knowing that Noctis is going to die.
That's messed up.
Right? Noctis is never going to be a proper king like Ragus was a proper king. Noctis is a sacrificial lamb. Now, I don't know if Claris knows that or not. We know that Ragus knows that. Did Ragus tell Claris? We don't know for sure. But either way, Ragus is planning on not raising Noctis to be a king like he is a king. Why are they conditioning Gladio to be a shield for a king like Ragus? You know, there's miscommunication going on with their parents, and then Claris is basically pushing Gladio to be something not necessarily that he doesn't want to be or that he doesn't have to be, but he's preparing Noctis. Gladio thinks Noctis is one day going to sit on a throne, and they're going to do that for the rest of their life. And Gladio is the one who's going to keep people from assassinating or being mean to Noctis.
Well, Noctis does sit on a throne. Not for very long, but he does sit on it.
Don't do that to me, Hurry. Don't do this to me.
I definitely think that he has a lot of complex emotions with it, though, because it's like, you know, he's definitely not like, I feel like if Gladio had the chance to be, he'd definitely be like, I'm gonna go date girls and I'm gonna go fuck around and then, you know, maybe I'll settle down with somebody eventually. And
yeah,
like, he never
I
really
feel
got
like
that option.
Yeah, I feel like
He
Gladio
likes romance books so much.
if Gladio out of all the Chocobros is the one who wants to go out and live a normal life and be normal, but then he's got all these expectations on him, so he can't, and then that frustrates him. And then Noctis
he projects that frustration on Noctis, who also wants to be normal.
Yeah. And
I don't have the similar problems at all to this character.
Yeah, and then the thing is, I feel like Noctis would be the person to reach out and go like, "Yo, this shit sucks. Let's bond over it." And then Gladio's like, "Bonding is an emotion, and I'm emotionally constipated, so I don't." Cause like, how are you supposed to process this kind of stuff? Claris very clearly did not teach Gladio how to handle these feelings and emotions.
And that's why Irish just should have been the shield.
Yeah. Well, Iris has similar problems. Shit, her dad dies, the city gets taken over, etc. What is Iris's first concern? Is Noctis okay? She doesn't call Gladio. She doesn't call her brother. She calls the prince Noctis. She's worried about Noctis. She's obsessed about Noctis in an unhealthy way, right? You know, it's like Iris is pretending everything is super okay when nothing is okay. Neither Gladio.
Bad dad.
How long
Yeah.
has it been since you
Yeah.
undertook the trial? 30 years or so? Give or take. I was a lot younger than you are, and far less experienced. It's a wonder I even made it out alive.
Did it ever get confirmed what happened to their mom?
This place look familiar to you? Vaguely. The younger me had little mind for taking in the sights.
Also, can we talk
this is exactly
raised
why I
to
think
fail?
Core was blackout drunk. Gladio's like, does this place look familiar? Core, I don't fucking remember.
It's also been okay. Look, it's also been 30 years.
Yeah. Maybe Gilgamesh did some renovations. Maybe this path had to be updated. It didn't look shoddy enough.
But yeah,
I feel like you could
Gladio
walk
was
up
raised to
those.
fail, and that's really messed up.
Yeah. They're raising Gladio to fail, and then Noctis has all this anxiety about becoming the king because no one's training him to be a proper king, and he knows it. His dad keeps going like, no, go live in your apartment and go have fun with your friends. And Noctis is like, and then who do they send to meetings? Ignis.
Thought it was the living weapon trope of essentially.
Yeah.
They were basically raising Ignis to be the
shield.
Like,
oh gosh, they were raising Ignis to fail too.
Yeah.
This game is awful.
So I did attempt some searching to see if Claris was supposed to know about the prophecy, and this Reddit post discussing Claris as the most neglected character. Apparently, there's a picture of.
Yeah, he is absolutely one of the most neglected characters.
Someone has like, Sid has a photo of his old friend, and Ferris is not in it. Like, Vegas, Core, and Westham is in there, but Ferris is not in it. So there's a lot of discussion on whether or not he was either added late development and was only added to be like part of the Kingsglaive movie sort of stuff, or was changed mid-development and he was like supposed to be a traitor originally. So that's why he's a little like more designed than say
or
So-
he's just that much of an asshole.
I will say one thing, and this somewhat circles back to Core's model. Core was originally supposed to be a fifth party member and traveling with Noctis and them. And then he was supposed to betray them because Core was not Core. Core was Titus, who is the main villain of the movie. Right? So he was supposed to be a super huge red flag. But then the editors for the movie went, if there's not a happy ending to this, I don't think people are going to want to watch it. And so they changed the ending of the movie to where Titus died. And then that is why Core's model kind of looks like this, is because they just used another model they had. Because he was originally supposed to be Titus. And then Core was supposed to be a fifth member of the party. And then that's where they came up with all this separate backstory for who is Corleones. And then they were developing the game. And then everyone went, this isn't working with 5 party members. We've got to bring it down to 4. So then he got cut. And that's why Core is in the final scenes and why he shows up every now and then. But otherwise doesn't travel with the bros. But he was supposed to originally be traveling with the bros. But they couldn't balance out 5 characters worth of dialogue and everything like that, so they cut it.
Ramus also looks extremely different in the movie, and I'm like, did they not communicate what he was supposed to look like.
That's the thing, is most of the game character models were done before the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
And they wanted him to look like Sean Bean, so you know he would die.
Outside of the Astrals and Bahamut, it looks like only Regis, Lunafreya, and Arden knew prophecy.
Makes
So
sense.
I don't.
So why is Regis not talking to
doesn't
Claris?
mean- Sorry?
Then why is
Can
Regis...
have a sit down?
Yeah. Yeah, that means Claris and the communication... There was miscommunication between Claris and Regis, and then that is carrying... I destroyed you. Why are you not gone? That's annoying. Okay. Sorry. I'm a loot goblin. Do this.
This is so fun. Watch. There's more! There's more! Go and get the other one!
I'm going! Wait, is there gonna be another round of enemies?
No idea!
Anyway.
We're just gonna kill this thing before I can walk over there.
Look at him go! Woo! I lift up a pillar just because he can. Bonk. I'll do it 9 times. Let go!
I can't throw it. Oh.
Damn it. This is so dumb.
I love it.
Stupidest DLC.
It's glorious.
So, do you have to do 7k damage in a single attack, or 7k damage over the course?
7k damage over the course of the event.
Well, you already got a hit that was like 999.9999.
Like it's.
I don't remember what the
really
limit
very
is.
much impossible not to achieve this if it's over the course.
What's in?
I mean, just those last 2 attacks for 3,000. So this should be easy.
Oh, it's like a little gravesite.
Is it? Cursing? Would you be able to look up the requirements for getting? I think this is the second. I like how they make sure all these entrances are wide, because they know the guys that are gonna be coming through this area are in armor and like hefty. None of that squeezing.
How many?
So
people
are
made
these
it here?
corpses or are these Gilgamesh's soldiers? And if
Well,
these
they're
are
not coming
Gilgamesh's
alive.
soldiers, why are they pinned to the wall?
The ritual.
Another trial chamber. And another chance for the warriors to impart their wisdom. It won't come easy, though. You'll have to earn it.
Would think that they would be more venerate. They would venerate the dead of the soldiers serving them, though, and not the.
I think the people hanging on the wall are previous trials.
Yeah, that's
People-
what I think.
People who have previously tried this before.
Because if they're serving him, they need their bodies free in order to, act the trial.
It's a Dargan!
How many moons has it been?
Moons.
Since our last visitor, far more than I can count.
Richard M. Kerr, is that you?
Let us see how our latest
Oh!
challenger will fare.
No, the column.
No!
What happened?
I hit the block button to see what would happen.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Like Twilight Princess.
It was a parry.
Oh gosh, Gladio would make for an excellent bull rider.
Oh my god, I could see him in a mariachi outfit with the like embroidered steel. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Columns.
I really hope Twilight Princess is going to be released on the Switch too, because I really want to relive that dragon fight where you're just like fighting it as it's going down and you're just stabbing the shit out of it.
He's not even like swinging in the right direction. I got one hit in with the column.
Yeah, like, they're not great.
I'm seeing that. It is a lot of fun.
Fuck.
Oh. I was trying to get a...
Ah!
What? Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's telling me how to use a Phoenix down. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I have Phoenix downs. They were in my inventory.
How could I let this happen? I'm just fighting this giant flaming whatever the hell this thing is.
I think it's a ghost griffin thingy. Or is it a dragon?
Explodes.
No, it's definitely a wyvern.
Okay. So, just to clarify, you were trying to go for the rugged attire skin with
Yeah.
the shirtless Gladio?
Yeah.
So you get that whenever you get a score above a certain amount in the score attack version. So
In the score attack version.
after completing the episode, players will unlock several items for use in the main game, as well as 2 additional gameplay modes: score attack and final trial. Score attack has players go through the episode again while being scored on how quickly they defeat enemies.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so
1,000 or more points turns to no pain, no gain achievement / trophy and rugged attire for Gladio.
What you're saying is we have speed run.
there's a speedrun version of this. Okay.
Why is he just punching it?
Because he's got a very big sword.
And he's angry.
You know what? I should probably use the F attack at some point.
The fuck attack?
Earth shatter.
No, I had Tempest loaded, but I wasn't using it. Will this next attack kill me? Probably. So I need a heal.
Going to get some fodder. Right back.
Okay.
Rude.
I don't know if it's the same achievement. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat.
Okay. Well, I can
We
get
don't
it.
need
There are
the
two
scheme of treatment. We
separate-
just need the shirtless achievement.
That's fine. I already told you what that one is. There are 2 achievements where one, you pick up all the items, and another one where you uproot all columns.
Okay, well, I've picked up all the columns we've come across, right?
Unfortunately, you
I
already
think you
missed
might have
out on
missed
Oh,
that.
I think I missed one. Oh. Well, I'm gonna get all the items. That one, I don't even need to think for. I will just pick up all the items. I'm a loot goblin. If
There's another one where you perform 5 link strikes.
I've already performed
Don't know.
2 link strikes.
I know you have for sure completed 1.
Of course, not fighting with you anymore.
Venture forth, young warrior, bearing our hopes and dreams.
Well, that's oddly sentimental. Yeah, you kind of went into
Maelstrom Glavart when his valor is
Look
high.
ahead, For the shield of the king must safeguard our future.
Leave it to me.
I'm not gonna lie. I would not be surprised simply because Core is voiced by Matt Mercer. All of these
The skills shared by
guys
these
have
souls have been
completed
passed down for
trial
generations.
and
The
are
shield of the
involved in
king would do
trial
well to put them
are
to
all
good
voiced by
use.
Matt Mercer. He's got such a range. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna open a can. I want you guys to guess what it is.
Okay. That's a seltzer
Right.
water.
Okay, whoever said the water was correct.
Oh, I was gonna go right.
The seltzer
already
water.
went for Sprite.
It doesn't have the. It doesn't have the that Sprite does.
That
True.
it's pina colada flavored mocktail from Aldi. It's a sparkling water. It's okay. I like the mojito one better.
I've never tried either of those. But the.
You got a comment!
Oh! It is not Final Fantasy 14. Is the stream listed as Final Fantasy 14?
No, it is. Come back.
Yes, this is the new This is what I just picked up.
Well,
I don't know what the classes are in 14.
Me neither.
Considering it's Final Fantasy, I'm assuming Mage.
I was gonna say we're playing as a healer. It's like that Oblivion meme I sent Bikini. You have the hands of a healer. Punch, punch, punch.
Jetstream Artorias says, did you say maid?
No, I said Mage, like magic user. Because
That's a Homestuck class.
no, the original Final Fantasy one had black mage and the white. And each color was a different type of magic. The white mage was healing, the black mage was like your fire and your offensive spells, and then the red mage combined both.
Oh, my
Fantastic.
stream is listed as Final Fantasy 14.
Oh my god.
Hold up, I gotta fix
Oh.
that. Why did it do Final Fantasy 14? I need Final Fantasy 15.
Mate is definitely
It's an RPG. They have
Only
too
one
many
for me.
options. Da, 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 da.
Jetstream Artorias quotes, you fight like healer because you're really good at striking vital inanimate.
That's why that Oblivion meme works.
I type in Final Fantasy XV, and the first thing that shows up is Final Fantasy 14 Online, then Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, then Final Fantasy 10, then Final Fantasy 7, then. Why is Final Fantasy 15 not the first thing that shows up whenever you type in Final Fantasy 15?
Final Fantasy 15 is not the most.
I know it's not the most popular
Final
thing.
Fantasy.
Because they're not paying attention to the 15th part.
It's actually a lot more alive than you think. Jetstream is. I'm actually part of a Discord server that they play Comrades fairly often, and they do like custom builds and stuff like that.
It's really bizarre, but it's great.
Yeah, it's not the best game, but it's fun.
No, it's okay. We just we really,
Artorias.
They did try to market the heck out of it.
Are you a two-handed sword user?
No, I'm a healer. We've established this. I'm a cleric. White mage.
No, I'm talking to Artorias because he's Artorias.
Artorias, I am a cis-born woman. I unfortunately have the I love men disease.
Oh no. Is it
So I
normal?
love this game.
I want to grab this column and be
beautiful men.
manly.
Gotta say, this place ain't like anywhere else in Lucis.
Whoa!
Whoa!
The character.
I want to pull up the
I'm
column.
assuming you're
Let me be manly.
Wait, are you talking about Artorias as in Dark Souls Artorias, or?
No, there's somebody on our stream by the name of Jetstream Artorias.
No, that's.
Let me
I'm
pick
wondering if their name is like referencing Artorias or another Artorias?
They said that's a serious mental affliction, the I love men disease. I know. It's an unfortunate problem that's been a lifelong issue. I'm trying my best to get over it, but it seems to keep popping up.
I'm very angry at this game right now. I'm just gonna button mash until
Let him have it.
things are done.
I knew it! Artorias from Dark Souls! Who uses a one hand for a two-handed sword.
You know what? After Boulder...
No, wait, it's a one-handed sword because he has a shield.
After Baldur's Gate comes out, there is... Isn't one of the vampire and Artorias... Or just stole my kill?
No, it's Asterion.
Asterion. Vampire guy from Baldur's.
It would not let me pick up these columns.
Yes, I just blacked out the part.
And then I picked up the columns, and there were things all around me.
With his shield.
And then he dropped it.
And then, when you fight Sif after the DLC, Sif remembers you, and really sad. I blocked that out. I'm traumatized.
Sorry. I'm actually going to be doing, I'm going to be rewatching all of the Dark Souls games and lore that goes along with it at some point this year, because I've kind of forgotten a lot of that stuff, but I know, I remember specific things about it, but it's been like years, so.
I suggest Epic Name Bro.
Yeah, I was actually going to watch his playthrough.
I still actually think Epic Name Bro was my Latin teacher in high school because they sounded exactly the same and said similar things, and then I never had the balls to ask.
The funniest thing about the Dark Souls games is like the Big Hat Logan guy. Everybody's like, why do they call him that?
A cyborg Artorias. Now imagine if instead of a busted left arm, Artorias had a left-handed version of Jetstream Sam's cyborg arm matched to his side. That's actually a really cool mental image.
Isn't there like a Dark Souls exclusive game coming to the Switch too, or whatever it is?
Unprepared for the dangers lurking within.
I don't think that they would do that with Nintendo.
As will you.
Yeah, there's going to be I don't know if it's more Bloodborne or Dark Souls, but apparently there's going to be
it's co-op.
Your age has forgotten the horror.
You can play single player.
Coddled by the
it does have
and
Bloodborne
drunk
vibes.
off the complacency of peace.
And my husband was like, let's cancel our Switch 2. I'm like, look, Bloodborne 2 is coming out on the Switch 2 and you are going to play it.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Look on the bright side.
Yeah, thanks.
Everyone loves an underdog.
Shut up,
I just toned out everything Gilgamesh was saying, because Gilgamesh was saying, your generation doesn't know anything about war, and I'm sitting here thinking about everything.
Dude, you weren't even alive when freaking mustard gas was invented.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like
we have tanks now.
Yeah, we have tanks now. We have NTs now. There's airships being
on the half that because I was reading the captions and it said drunk on the complacency of peace, and I fully expected him to say drunk on the complacency of this.
Okay.
So I was just
TOS, terms of service.
Artorias, I'm sorry. I'm sure most of us have ADHD here.
I'm undiagnosed, but probably have it.
Yeah.
It's either that or autism. We don't know.
Both.
Both. It could be both.
It could be both.
I probably have both. My God.
After that boss fight, I did not get a camp the rest interest.
So, who here thinks they have ADHD?
Me.
Me.
Definitely some form of it.
We all have ADHD.
No, I'm a perfectly normal human that's just obsessed with an 8-year-old game. That's a Jabberwock.
That's normal.
Um,
I feel that way with the Xenoblade games because I never shut up about them, and my poor friends are like, "Yep, yeah,
I keep going. So I only played Legend of Zelda for like an hour or so, and then it's 10 hours later, and I've unlocked all the shrines, and I've gotten all the armor.
Warm welcome just from me.
Oh yeah, I'm playing Oblivion right now, and it's bad. Look at this fucking thing.
Yeah.
not a problem.
I think it's terrifying.
It's all yours, Marshall.
It does. It does. Little T-Rex.
It would have been hilarious if they made it more feathery, so he had little tiny wings.
In Elder Scrolls, they have these dogs that have like giant heads and little T-Rex arms. They walk on bipedally. They're terrifying.
They would be really cute and hilarious, tiny.
Yeah. I will say there were some enemies where I was like, oh, I really want that. Like, they have these gummy looking ones from the DLC.
Jetstream that does that sometimes. Whenever he's about to say something due to general stuff, but then I attack, me inputting something that will make it not.
Just like I taught you. Ready?
Yeah, I think they do overlap.
Yeah, it's because sometimes it will just say things naturally, and then I will do something that will make them say something, and so whatever I make them say overlaps.
Welcome to Square Enix Jank.
Strike!
Look, I'm a fan of all the Fallout franchises. I can live with a little jank. just don't play day one game. Wait for the
Shakes
first
your
time.
hand in loving Bethesda's fucked up game.
Jet Street Artorias asked, did Gladio's own voice lines overlap with
That's
each
what
other?
we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I was too excited about the link strikes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. In response to you saying earlier, you generate nothing about war. All you have are these really efficient war machines designed to wage war in ways that nobody from my area could ever imagine. It reminds me of this one fanfiction I read. It must be over a decade ago now. But it was like, it was a Harry Potter fanfiction where, for one reason or another, Harry just doesn't go to Hogwarts. Like, grows up.
Oh, I remember that story.
I think it's the first year where he like.
He actually like
because of the stuff on Halloween or whatever, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm traumatized because of the role, and it comes to the point where he's an adult and he's like being asked to. You're the chosen one. You have to fight Voldemort. There's a prophecy. Da 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 da.
And he's like a tattoo artist and addicted to heroin. And he's like, no, I'm good.
No, it's like, okay, cool. I'm a military tactician too.
Or when faulty.
That's kind of hilarious.
Okay, Voldemort's dead. Cool.
To be fair,
the thing with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
To be fair, the creativity J.K. Rowling came up with all the spells that are possible was undercut by the fact that Avada Kedavra is basically just, I'm gonna shoot you with a gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm kind of trying to justify in my book right now. It's like, why does this one character have a gun and the other one has a sword?
That I always bothered me.
Right.
Something that always bothered me in magic stories like Harry Potter is like, you see the spells that the main characters learn, and then you see the spells that people who aren't the main characters use, and there's a discrepancy in that. There's a huge discrepancy. Like,
Harry Potter just doesn't have a very good magic system, let's just be honest.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, when is a 7th year supposed to learn how to do a spell like that? Because 6 years certainly don't seem to learn spells like that.
To be fair, Harry. One thing that
made up
appeals.
on a fucking fly.
Yeah.
Hard and fast.
To be fair, one thing that appeals about Harry Potter is that he's not like a magic nerd. He's a jock. He's the magic equivalent of I play football. He plays on the Quidditch team.
Oh my gosh, Jetstream Artorias says the abbreviation for Avada Kedavra is AK.
Avada Kedavra 47.
I love it.
Avada Kedavra. And Gary. I definitely. That's amazing.
It's so funny when we went to the outdoor world version of the giant Bass Pro shop out in Springfield, Missouri, the original one.
I'm so jealous you got to do that.
It was so fucking fun. My husband was so bored because like I was looking at the guns and he was like, "This is boring," and I'm like, "Shush." I'm having a moment.
Right.
Aesthetically, I think guns are very interesting.
Whenever you do as much writing and world building as we do, I want to see one of these corpses pull itself off its sword.
Like Cloud does in 7, you know,
Yeah,
the baby of
like-
Square Enix.
Well, imagine you're walking down here and then you're about to leave and you get ambushed and you just see like these two guys like yank themselves off their swords and then jump down
Like
and then
Dante
attack you
goes
with
several
them.
times and then
Yeah. Or,
yeah.
you know, any part of Homestuck or JoJo.
Does it happen in JoJo?
I mean, people get punched through the stomach quite often. I don't think they live, though.
Isn't there a whole thing where a guy heals you by punching you?
That sounds like a JoJo.
Through you and then heal you through the punch that he
You have the hands of a healer.
You have the hands of a healer. I shared that with. You're gonna have to share that in the Discord chat.
Yes,
Because
I'm gonna
I
do that
didn't
right now.
share that with anyone else other than my boyfriend, and he laughed for a good like 5 minutes.
It's so fucking funny. Anytime I'm having a bad day, that's when I look up at work and I'm like, I'm awful for laughing at this.
Time to take a load up. Rest up. Wake
Artorias
up.
says
Shit.
Josuke from JoJo Part 4 is who I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to rewatch the entire series at some point in English because they just announced that Steel Will Run, the one where Jesus rides on dinosaurs. I'm not even kidding. Comes out
Well, they
this.
do say it's a bizarre adventure.
Yeah. It's advertised in the title, so.
They're only being honest.
I actually got to meet one of the voice actors when we were two of the voice actors from the JoJo's. They had Richard Epcar and
Never thought I'd make my
God,
way
what's his
back
last
to the
name?
tempering
His first
grounds.
name. His last name is
You said it's
Butts.
been 30 years. Were you as immortal then as you are now?
Well, he's not
If
dead.
you want to know, I'll talk.
He says he'll talk, but he's about to blow Gladio's question off. Like he's not gonna give Gladio knowledge.
What was he like? I don't remember much, except for those eyes. They pierced my heart.
Ooh,
They
his
peered right into my
eyes.
soul. It was like she knew my every
This
move
sounds
even
super
before I
gay,
did.
Core.
Try as you may, there's no fooling those eyes.
Are you fighting or are you
We'll see
fucking?
about that.
again, anytime you mention something,
Whenever you're ready.
or I just hear like cottage or fake, bad,
Core.
core.
Parkour. Parkour. Parkour.
Parkour.
Parkour.
Car? Cat? Catboy car. Core. Wow.
No, if anyone's a cat boy, it's
cat.
Noctis. Noctis is heavily cat coded.
Yeah. Core would be like the grumpy cat.
must boast
I
muscle
miss her.
and metal, both finely tempered. Should he lack either, the shield will shatter.
You're mine! Let him have it!
I do like as well that temper something is also a term used
Is
in
that all
like
of them?
forging of weapons and shields. So it's also like a term used for forging, as well as, you know, testing your strength and
Come over here.
Specifically, it's the part of the process of making the metal flexible, so it won't shatter on impact.
that's even more thing, because a bunch of the tech from like almost one-shot.
Yeah.
They'll do
But
lots
to
of
be fair, I hit him like a few times beforehand.
Poem.
I hit him a few times when he was here, but he was lower down, so I backed up so that he would be on the
I
same
have the
ground.
high ground!
I had the high ground, but having the high ground actually means I'm less likely to hit his hitbox.
True.
A bunch of the dialogue from
Wool demon! Wool demon!
It's a wolf fucker.
What?
Was that its tongue?
I don't know what it was. I'm trying to know.
I
The
don't know what
second
part
enemies are around. Gladio actually doesn't want to pick up the column.
Last night when I was playing Oblivion, I actually managed to kill a frost atronach because I was literally like above it and they couldn't hit me, so I just was spamming fire magic and I have like the lowest fire magic right now. I kind of suck.
Oh, no.
So I just sat there for like 5 minutes straight, just firing the lowest level fire spell at it and dying.
You got there eventually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get link strikes of 4 here.
And I kept laughing because my
I
husband
think
was
you have
watching
to go
me
to
play.
its side in order to go right
Yeah, I
there.
don't think we're going to be able to get link.
It's all yours, Marshal! Well, don't mind if I do.
It's just the stupidest thing ever.
No.
I hate these bullfuckers.
Oh, come on. Nope, I'm not down. I need a potion.
Hard and fast!
Do you think
I
willingly became demons?
look at how this hitbox
Willingly
for this
would.
boss is just sliding me around.
Wait, what did you say about willingly? What happened?
Became demons.
The penultimate
I mean, I'm
trial
right here.
Prove to them you are prepared to serve as the
Fair.
shield of the chosen.
Your name doesn't appear as demon anymore. For the Discord.
Like, how would they manage to keep their sanity? Oh, because most demons don't keep their humanity, with very few exceptions.
So you
Are you
see,
talking about humanity or sanity?
Oh,
Those are two different things. Humanity and sanity are not.
well, most of them are human shaped, but then you get like the giant dragon, the roly-polies, the ball creature.
What game are you talking about?
when people become demons.
Like, how it's like we don't really know if any other sort of undeath
So,
other than Gilgamesh just being Gilgamesh and him being a demigod. Like, these guys is like, are they just
so whenever you get to the end of the game and you're in the keep and Arden is over the intercom going like, why are you taking forever to get through this area? Why are you taking this long ass route? There are papers you can find and there are papers you can read. And long story short, if you get infected with the demon scourge and then you become a demon, you do not translate immediately into a demon. What happens is your body gets turned, your biomass gets turned into demon sludge. And then it falls and pools, and then from that demon sludge, you could become one demon, you could become 3 demons, you could become that, but you yourself are not corrupted into a demon. It's not you becoming a demon, it's your biomass becoming a flood, essentially.
Victoria said, imagine the guy who became a demon while they're an absolute menace, but they're glued to the wall and can't move.
Or a Resident Evil monster,
really
yeah.
annoying. It's up on the wall.
Yeah. So that's one thing that bugs me about Final Fantasy 15 is becoming a demon or demons are not exactly a corruption of the self. It's sort of more just like a prevailing sickness sort of thing. I'm actually gonna run back here and rest up. Can I do that?
1, 2, 3.
Can I be boring and do this? No, I can't. That's annoying. Okay. Also, Gladio. Oh, I'm only just now discovering Gladio. Want to do a high potion here. Behind this door is a.
So completely.
I don't know enough about Resident Evil, but I'll think.
Let me see what it. Oh yeah.
For the shield of the
yeah,
king must deceive none,
kind of correct actually.
Not even himself.
Yeah, easier said than done.
I love. Okay, this is gonna sound completely random, but I was just like, I just browsed Tumblr for a half second and I saw a picture of this cheetah with like 6 cubs. The cubs are just so funny looking. They're like little puffballs.
Baby kitties are so cute. They're the cutest thing.
They're just like Cheeto balls.
They're Cheetos.
They're little Cheetos. Love them. Apparently cheetahs are like domesticating themselves. Apparently.
I mean, to be fair.
Is bold, shrinking before none. Waste not the arsenal at your behest.
Behest.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine all these in slightly different accents.
I'm pretty sure they are.
How
could I let this happen?
Ow.
So chilly.
Ow.
It's supposed to be summer.
Whenever I'm holding the shield button, it would be nice for you to actually take out your shield.
Oh, yeah.
Ow.
They're domesticating themselves because they realize that competing with lions and hyenas is a losing proposition. Well, yeah. They're also extremely anxious. Apparently in zoos, if they have cheetahs, they usually have what are called like cheetah dogs.
This fight is just, I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm sorry.
You are. It's fine. I'm talking about cheetahs because I have a hyperfixation on animals. Yeah, they'll have specifically trained dogs for cheetahs because they're so freaking anxious. It's kind of hilarious. It's probably because they're one of the fastest animals on Earth. I'm sorry, if I was hopped up on adrenaline 24/7, I probably also would be anxious.
You would be dead.
Ah.
I can't see anything. I'm stuck on something.
Adrenaline becomes a poison at a certain point.
Yeah. Go.
I want to get out of this corner, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so funny story about Cheetos. My brother, for a long time, when we went somewhere together, he would just gasp and randomly point at like some animal and be like, Cheeto, and for some reason it would make me laugh so, like it just came out of nowhere. So...
Oh my god, gosh, wait, I can parry that.
I bought him a shirt that actually had like the Chester Cheetah cat on it because of that. So he's a dork.
Aren't we all?
Why is... How?
So Matt Mercer's not listed or credited as any of the additional.
I don't think it sounds at all like Matt Mercer. Like,
Arturi said, strong enemy ahead. Try parry butthole. I get your Elden Ring reference.
well, I'm trying to like move around to the.
That's just from soft reference and shit.
Yes, that was the best part about watching Zach play Elden Ring. That was looking at people's stupid fucking messages.
Ow! See.
And like, they're like animations they did too, because there was like there was like a spire at some point, and like somebody did like a butt thrust animation next to it, and it's like, okay.
Oh, you're gonna have to go Dark Souls on this guy and.
No, I can't get around him most of the time. And then he's breaking my guard. And then the only effect I'm getting from Gladio is this Earth Shatter. And then it's well, see, like, I was holding the shield button there. Why was he... And he just stood there. And didn't take out his shield to pair that. So I don't know what beat I'm missing.
You don't have any more chances.
Oh, it's fine. Like that. I was holding the shield and not moving. But then Gladio was moving forward.
This fucker's name is Humbaba, by the way.
I'm trying not to laugh at that.
Let this happen.
Why are all these enemies named so poorly?
I don't have another Phoenix down. So we're
I guess
just gonna
it's
look
time
at
to die with
Gladio's
my ass in the camera.
Yeah.
No.
It's not so much that I'm trying to block them, I'm trying to dodge them.
Okay, so apparently that is a one-hit kill. So you do have to try to block or move out of the way.
Yeah. And I was trying to, and then Gladio was just standing there.
Oh,
I was...
Arturi said, aren't they all named for figures within the Epic of Gilgamesh? Maybe.
Yeah.
I only know in Kindu.
I'll
And
admit,
Gilgamesh.
I did type in Humbaba, and the first auto-complete was Epic.
Interesting. Why do these things have such stupid names?
Why are we all the way back here?
Because they're not English names.
We're at the beginning of the DLC. What?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, is the entire DLC one big boss rush?
Apparently.
Well.
Well, I saved at the last. I saved at the last like thing.
Well, at least if you have to
It
start.
gave me the
over,
option
you
of
can
like
just
load
pick
from
up-
the last save or load from the latest checkpoint. I'm like, let's do the checkpoint because I figured the checkpoint would be right in front of the giant trial thing. But apparently the checkpoint is at the beginning of the DLC.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Okay.
What a mess.
Well.
Yeah, it's a completely different language, so yeah.
Must boast muscle and metal. Both.
What was the other character? What was the other boss's name?
Should he lack
Urgle.
the shield.
Too slow.
Then I forgot what
Inan,
Okay, so I'm trying to dodge.
Oh.
Pathetic.
I never have read the Epic of Gilgamesh Andor. I need to get a summary of it at some point.
Man tries to avoid death and fails.
Yeah.
Also snakes.
Huh?
Hard and fast.
It's like, it's also like trying to like read or consume the story of the West, Journey to the West.
Monkey rebels against God. Buddha slaps him down.
In your defense, bro, I think that was the second to last guy, or the last guy before you go and fight Gilgamesh. So it takes sense to be kind of.
No, not the wall fucker again!
Look at this.
Andrew? Andrew? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
Ow, that was his arm.
Never did play that, the Dark Souls with the Journey of the West.
You're mine. Let him have it.
Or the Pinocchio one.
The black.
Wukong, I think.
Black.
Ow.
Something. Wrong. Black Myth. Wukong.
Yeah.
I hear it's very good, but they had to release early. And so it was, they're adding stuff to after the fact.
Well, now with the tariffs.
Okay.
Can you tariff the video game? Well, like the physical copy, yeah, but like the digital copy too?
No, and that's why the digital copies on the Switch 2 are going to be cheaper than the physical copies. Pisses me off. We're in hell.
Yeah, I'm not playing with any of that Switch 2 nonsense. Okay.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm almost ashamed that I got it, but I'm like, there's gonna be so many exclusives on it that I want.
Yeah, I don't care about it. Okay, I'm focusing only on dodging right now because I want to practice. So I'm not getting close to him. He's gonna reach out with his arm. Gladio dodged to the side, but then I got hit.
Hard and fast.
Ow.
Sounds like he's throwing up.
He does. Okay. And then we've got these guys.
The penultimate trial.
Good lord, they just not let you have a break.
Serve as the shield of the chosen king.
I think when I've played the DLC, we had a problem fighting this boss too because it is just kind of bullshit.
No.
Well, it's like whenever you play as Noctis, they give you cues of when you're supposed to like parry.
It's over.
And they don't give you cues. Like I was literally sitting there going like, oh, that block actually works. And then I got a parry.
One parry icon this entire game.
Yeah, this DLC was kind of rushed, and it kind of it really shows. Like
all of Final Fantasy 15 is exactly a case study of this is what happens whenever you rush out a game instead of letting people cook.
Right. Like, everybody's like, Kingdom Hearts hasn't had news in 8 years. And I'm like, well, maybe we shouldn't rush them because the last time we did that, we got Kingdom Hearts 3 and everybody was mad.
Mm-hmm. And also, yeah. And also, if you think about it, Gladio's DLC came out first, right after Final Fantasy 15 released. And then after that you get Ignis's DLC, and then Prompto's DLC, and then Arden's DLC, I believe is the release order. Each DLC gets better as they come out because the game developers are not juggling having to make Final Fantasy 15 on top of it.
And by that time, they're burnt out on.
Be true, for the shield of the king must deceive none, not even himself.
Yeah.
Well, also they were.
Me.
You already gave me a notification. Off
Hey,
with
kitty,
the
bro.
I see.
It's a Toby.
No.
Oh, we haven't told me in chat.
Oh, hey.
That's
Toby.
my partner.
Oh, hi.
I'm gonna. Is he messaging me in chat? Because he messaged me on my phone and my phone is dead.
That's
No, but Vicky messaged me.
Gesundheit.
Gladio, please. You may need an EpiPen.
No, he has allergies. Boy needs to put on sleeves, like not tattoo sleeves. He just needs to. The game developers specifically said that Gladio sneezes because he's not wearing proper clothes.
What?
Yeah, because there is an event that if it's raining and you're fishing, Gladio will sneeze and all the fish in the pond will be scared away. And so everyone was like, Gladio sneezes a lot, huh? And they're like, yeah, he's not wearing proper clothes.
That's just like old Japanese grandpa telling you to wear proper clothing.
Exactly. Because he'll do it whenever he sneezes, whenever it's raining, and he's not wearing long sleeves.
The shield is full, shrinking before night.
Okay.
Waste not the arsenal at your behest.
I'm pretty sure this is all the same voice actor. It's probably Matt Mercer, let's be honest.
And the arsenal is basically all your Phoenix Downs.
What's that?
My guard was broken. Okay.
How could I let this happen?
Dude.
I'm trying not to attack. I'm trying to only dodge. To figure out. And dodging to the left does not seem to be working. So dodging right. Nope. Okay. I gotta.
There's somebody with Mama post on my Tumblr blog today. It's making me so happy. I freaking love baby animals with Mama.
Try this.
And hyenas for the last one I saw. I love hyenas.
Okay. He's fortitude.
More like cats than they are dogs, which is
How long does
very
this
strange.
last?
I mean, they're in their own subclass,
Ow.
but
Yeah, they're like dog software with cat. Or, no, wait. No. They're dog hardware with cat software.
yeah, they're strange.
No, they're cats. Foxes are dogs. They're mixing up hyenas. They're cat hardware with dog software.
Yes.
And foxes are dog hardware with cat software.
What? I'm not nowhere near that. Oh. Ow.
I'm wondering if I should have. Sounds yummy.
What are you gonna do now? Ow.
How could I let this happen?
Oh, right into the fire pit, too.
Yeah, I know. Like, if this was not a video game, he would have been impaled on that.
That's how he got the scar across his forehead.
No.
And a 3rd-degree burn on his face.
It became Zuko.
Oh.
I'm trying to do that.
Wow. He just straight up punches him? Bonk.
Nice.
He knocks him on the
metal.
head. Hey.
Did you watch Full Alchemist?
And
Yes.
a fist to the face!
That's the manga, Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, so you gotta circle around to the right.
Session with the lady that voices Envy, and she's just such a nice person. Yeah, she's very sweet. She's actually a middle grade theater teacher, from what I understand.
Okay.
Nice.
So the trick to him is to circle around to the right, and then whenever he goes to do most of his slashes, you need to hit the guard button before he starts the slash. So he's gonna do like a wind up then swing. Whenever he's in the wind up, you have to guard, and then during the swing, that's whenever you parry.
Also, watch
rhythm game.
Alchemist Brotherhood. It's really good.
I've seen it.
I've only seen it like twice.
What are we talking about? I was not paying attention to any of that comment.
Sorry.
We were talking about this guy in the face down, and it got to Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah, when it was
He punches
which
God in the
concludes with him punching God. I love it.
And Envy is one of my favorite like characters ever, so it was really nice getting to meet her.
Her voice actor.
Yeah. I think Envy is technically a they. I mean, they refer to Envy as a he a lot, but
Now naught but the final trial awaits you.
The only
final.
The final trial.
I don't think Envy really gives a fuck what they are referred to. I think they just want to fuck around.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got what
Now,
it
to be
takes
fair,
after all.
I think
But it ain't for you or me to decide. True.
unintentionally came
And the Blade
across
Master
more
is a more
mass,
formidable foe than any
much
you've
more
faced thus
masculine,
far.
but those shapeshifters, it can go either way. You know?
Right.
What happens to Core whenever Gladio goes into a trial? Does he have to wait for Gladio to finish the trial and then run through the arena, or does he have to do the trial himself?
I think he waits.
Okay, fair enough.
We already went through it.
Is Mystique from X-Men technically a they?
Mystique wants to be feminine. They identify as feminine. Mystique can be whatever they want to be.
Depending on which
Time to take a load off.
canon you follow,
Better rest here
canonic
while I can.
gave birth tonight.
Yes.
So female parts, for sure, at least in her case.
Right.
I think
So I think
Mystique can be.
So
I think Mystique
chooses
to be.
There's a difference between sex and gender. At the very least, she's feminine presenting.
Right, and has the biological capabilities.
Like, she's a shapeshifter. She can give herself or themself or himself a uterus if they so like.
Right.
So being able to give birth isn't really that much of a feat when
I think
auto
the
give
way that mutant powers work is that you're
Well, what about you?
born
I
human
want
and
to
then
know what was going
develop
through your
the
head back then.
powers
You that
later. So I
interested in
think
me?
maybe born female and
Look, another
came later.
Non-answer.
I mean, you were a lot younger than I am. And a lot brasher, too,
Like
if you can
4
believe
years
it.
younger.
Wouldn't listen to a single word anyone said. I thought I was invincible. No one could stop me.
I was young
Until he
and
come
dumb and full of
alongside.
you know.
I was cast out in defeat, my hubris laid bare for all to see. You really are immortal, they said. And it stuck.
That's rough. Still, you made it back alive, something no one else has ever done. And I respect that.
And all
I
the guy with the
almost
lousy
wish,
t-shirt.
I almost wish, based off
Whenever
that
you're ready.
conversation, that Core was the one missing an arm. That Core and
Yeah.
like Core cut off Gilgamesh's arm, but he also lost something. Because he's talking about like he lost something, and
He
maybe
lost his testicles.
well, maybe that's why he doesn't have any kids.
I would say, hey, that's why he adopts everything. I would say something about the camera angle on Core's face and that his haircut does suit him. Maybe not the color, like he definitely needs more gray.
Might
If
as
we
well.
rest again,
Silver Fox,
are we gonna get a different scene?
like Silver Fox would look really good on him. But, like the sideburns and the haircut.
Whenever you're ready.
Like I just something about that scene
His
brought
uncle.
that out of me.
I'm not saying
Uncle Core,
Core looks bad. I'm saying I hate his clothes, and
Yeah,
his
fair.
model does not suit his character.
Yeah.
I'm saying he could be dressed better, and he looks like a high schooler that doesn't know how to dress himself yet, not a 45-year-old man that is the leader of the army.
Come here to die, have you?
You looking to die
That's
again?
definitely Matt.
That's
Mercer.
definitely Matt Mercer.
Yeah. Conviction.
Whose?
He who traversed these fields some 30 years ago. Turning a deaf ear to our wails and wishes, he proceeded unfazed, eyes ever forward. Yet he proved powerless before the general, cast out in defeat. If even he could not succeed, I see no hope for you.
That guy must have left
If
quite an
not-
impression when he laid it flat on his face.
If not Matt Mercer, I would also accept Brennan Lee Mullen.
The guy that voiced like Shigora Wrath from Oblivion. Shigora Wrath? How did he say his name?
No, I think Matt Mercer
Girl?
is a good fit for this role.
I love him. It's the best.
I'll admit, I've not played as much.
Wait, we were looking at this
general,
area
that I have?
from the side earlier, and there's a higher section.
Yeah, the Shivering Isles apparently is kind of like the very last part you want to do in Oblivion, so I'm kind of waiting to do the main story until then. I did find the portal. It is just like a giant Shigarath head, the mouth portal.
You know what this reminds me of? Like the general structure of the landscape here. It's that one ice place in Final Fantasy X and X-2,
Oh.
but more earthy. Like that ice crystal place that's just basically one long stretch of path that you can go up one side and down the other.
Yeah.
But it's like giving that sort of vibe, but more earthy.
It's the place after Macalania Wood that I can never remember the name of. That you get Anima, and do you get Shiva there?
I think so. Honestly, after Macalania Woods and the Kiss, I kind of shut down everything else because after that, the game just gets sadder and sadder and. Ha ha ha.
But
No. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha ha.
I disagree. I disagree with those statements. The best part of the game is of Final Fantasy X is whenever you're in the capital city and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because then you get separated from Titus and get to play as Yuna for a bit. And then...
Claris would have tried to stop you, you know. Just like he tried to stop me.
Dad
All those
problems.
years ago.
Dad problems.
Dad issues.
Dad is
Dad
fine.
issues.
Because one aspiring to the role of King's Shield can stake his life for none but his liege. Not even for himself.
This sounds abusive.
Do you
Yeah.
dare risk all
You're right.
for naught in return? His words stayed with me. And he was right. I barely made it back with nothing to show for it.
So you gonna stop me?
No, I won't. But I will warn you one last time of the danger you're about to face. Just like your father warned me. Once you set foot through
You know
that
what Core
door,
needs?
there's
A
no
widow's
turning
peak.
back. And no one to help you if you fall. One false step and it may prove your last.
I'll
No.
be fine.
That's too much good stuff.
Maybe I'll come back with a souvenir.
The other arm.
Just come back alive. Be safe.
He'll just be the Black Knight from Monty Python.
That dialogue gives the impression that Claris has also done this. Because Core was like, you know, your father told me before I entered here, da 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 da.
Yeah, but then we had a
No,
conversation
I think
earlier.
Claris wanted to do it, but then he chickened out.
Yeah, that's okay. That stood out.
Yeah.
Core was the only one that went through. Claris was like, I might do it, but I don't think so.
It's like, I don't... If I die, Regis dies.
Right.
I think
Yeah, I mean, it
implied
just gave it
that-
gave the impression that Claris knew what was in there exactly, and that Core didn't need to go in there. He was just being dumb.
So here's my
As a
But-
children,
The HurryPollo was wanted to say
Shields
something.
have to do this.
you
Time
better
out.
be ready for me.
HurryPollo wanted to say something.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
I'm
one,
sorry.
the reason why no one's done, other shields haven't done it is because Gilgamesh's tomb was sealed and only recently opened.
Oh.
And
Fair.
two, I think it's implied in the animation for Arden's that popped up before Arden's or around Arden's DLC that Gilgamesh was the first shield. So it makes sense that there might be some literature that got passed down from shield to shield about the
Oh.
trial of Gilgamesh.
Yeah. So my earlier there was a whole conversation about Gladio asking, did his dad ever come in? And Cora said, no, he didn't come in because he knew that if he came in, he might die. And then if Regis didn't have Claris, Regis was gonna die. So Clara said, whatever power I get from this is not going to be worth it because either way, Regis is going to be in a bad way if I die. Like, it's not worth the risk. Is what.
And it doesn't matter because he gets curb stomped in the movie anyway.
Oh. He didn't get curb stomped for 60-ish years before then.
Yeah, but we never actually get to see him fight.
What in the world is going
Just
on with
type.
Gladio here? Why does he look like he's getting headaches?
Well, a ghost keeps talking to him, maybe. Or he's becoming like Thor and starting to develop migraines by existing.
Is that why Core has migraines?
They are in a cave. The
Constantly
walls
haunting him.
just
I mean, he's been running around almost. Who knows what kind of germs are in the cave that was so long? The
Or
last time he was
gases.
in here was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
So who knows?
Who knows?
Okay.
Particularly for a fungus, really.
Okay,
46?
I'm not gonna go too much into spoiler territory, but
Can we have 40
Gilgamesh is a... Sorry?
Pretty steps.
Gilgamesh is what?
Gilgamesh is the shield of the founder king 2,000 years ago.
Hey.
So I don't know if that is Somnus or something.
That would be Somnus.
But
Somnus.
he was a shield to King.
Why the fuck was he not in the Arden DLC?
He was.
Because he was in the animation.
He was in the animation for the DLC, and he doesn't have his long hair.
Yeah, he's kind of just there.
He doesn't look at all. He looks a lot like Claris. He doesn't look at all like what his model of the game looks like.
Oh, that's probably why I didn't notice. But I promise you, I watched it and I'm like, what?
Okay, he's standing behind Somnus in one scene, and then also he's in the fight scene. He's the one who stabs Arden in the back.
Episode Arden prologue depicts him at Somnus Lucis Talem's side, following his lead in exchange infected with the Star Sword, heading Arden after he transforms into a demon. Gilgamesh and Somnus appear to be childhood friends as the two go on hunting.
Okay. You guys, go ahead and get everything you want to chat about out of your systems now. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'll be back in a minute.
Bye, everybody shut up.
Okay, so what do we want to talk about? Or are we just going to hold it all in until Bikini Bro comes back?
Yeah. Well, I think it's also because we're about to go. So.
I feel so bad. We've been talking over everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bikini.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Bikini, we love you. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, the thing was sealed, but the reason why Claris, who never got a chance to actually go there and do the trial, knows things about the trial is because Gilgamesh was his ancestor. Which means that Gilgamesh thought.
Right. Gladio. Stop it. Okay. So I don't know about direct ancestor, but Guild of the King has become a title given to the Lucian monarch's main bodyguard. I don't know if it has passed down the same bloodline from the time of Somnus, but Shield of the King is just a title given.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a family line. It just happens
but there's
to be.
a lot of emphasis on bloodlines.
That'd be kind of weird if you were like fighting your great grandfather.
Do we want to talk about how Noctis is also fighting his great?
Oh my god, this also happened in Xenoblade 3. You're technically fighting your great-great-grandfather even though he's younger than you. Don't ask.
I am my own grandpa.
Look, I watched enough Doctor Who to not question time anymore. I'm not bothered by it. Okay. Okay, so 30 years ago, Indians discovered the ruins of Helper Crag, and many ventured inside only to be killed by Gilgamesh. A 15-year-old Corleonis was the only one to emerge alive, and the nickname the Immortal. So
And he did it all in a drunken stupor.
Yeah. He didn't even technically defeat Gilgamesh. He apparently scared Kor for having standing such injury on him, cutting off his arm.
Okay, but if he's a god, Oh, never mind. He does actually regenerate his arm in the fight.
Yeah, it becomes a ghost arm.
It's like in this universe, you can essentially become a god if you do like very, very good feat of some sort.
Was his feat stabbing Arden in the back?
I suppose.
Oh my god.
Bahamut just was like, good job.
There was a skin tech Bedrock edition of Minecraft. Gilgamesh was one of the
Hey.
Holy Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm scrolling down the wiki, and that was just like non-Final Fantasy guest of Gilgamesh.
Pretty much, I think Bahamut was just like, good job. You stabbed the guy that I was going to kill anyway, so here you go.
Have some immortality. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right.
Lee held in some questions for you, probably.
Yeah. Is Gilgamesh your granddad?
My granddad? No. I don't think.
God, imagine if our granddad was Gilgamesh.
That'd be so cool.
I don't know. I like Pop Pop.
Yeah, Pop Pop's cool.
Pop Pop's amazing.
Yeah, you need to bend the laws of biology and add a third granddad in there.
I mean, most people would have 4, because you have your parents and then your parents, and then your parents are gonna have and then I don't know.
How are you having?
I'm doing bad math. I'm doing bad math.
I was gonna say, what?
Bikini bro. Bikini bro.
I'm doing it.
Like, did they like remarry? did they come out?
No, I'm going crazy. That's what's happening.
No, we were trying to figure out if Gladio's ancestry had anything to do with Gilgamesh, but I don't think so.
I don't think so. I've actually seen people make the argument that the family does change, and that's why Claris didn't want to do the trials, is because he knew he wasn't like a direct ancestor of the first shield or whatever. That like because if you look at Claris, he definitely has more of a political position and job than a physical one.
Sorry,
I refuse to believe there are no items.
Line.
Okay, there are no items in this little wing here.
Because Japan has a lot of emphasis on bloodline.
That too.
Oh look, you can see the bridge in the distance doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of the canyon. Interesting. Yeah, like, do you see how these lava tubes, like, curl, like, down the canyon and stuff like that? That means this entire thing was just molten lava. The earth being ripped apart like string cheese.
Yum.
Oh god.
You know what really pisses me off about the lineage stuff in this game is the fact that Noctis looks exactly like Somnus. Like, it's been 2,000 years. I'm sorry. You would have some difference in the genetics.
I agree. And then also there's
genetics going on in there.
There's also a few lines in Arden's DLC where he sees Versatile for the first time. And he's like, wait, are you my descendant? And he's very confused. He's like, you look nothing like my family lineage line. Right? And then he sees Ragus and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, this makes more sense.
Okay, here's the new headcanon. They have a curse where all their sons look the same.
You know what? If you take a picture of my grandfather and you take a picture of my dad and you take a picture of my brother and you line them up and you show pictures of them whenever they're all the same age, they all look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I guess, but 2,000 years is a long time, so...
Yeah, but
Yeah.
remember that Insomnia is on an island, and they
Okay, but that island is the size of like that island you're talking about is like the size of it's the Texas,
Australia.
Australia.
like, Australia.
Okay. Each continent is technically an island if you really think about it.
There's also, you know, not to half bring it back to Harry Potter or whatever unintentionally, but there's also a bunch of royalty and like blood purity that comes along with that.
Oh yeah,
inbreeding
and
intermarriages, stuff like that. Like that's not even. Yeah, that's not even coming into the fact that Noctis has been the prophecy king for 2000. So of course he's gonna have some physical similarities going.
I almost wonder if he's Somnus's. I almost wonder if he's Somnus's reincarnation sometimes.
Somnus's soul seems to be in a.
Yeah, you actually do see him in the end game content. So you fight
Flash ring. I don't think the souls of the kings can reincarnate because they go into the ring.
Here's another weird question. If the king is always like, maybe it was just a coincidence that Somnus got like, okay, what the fuck is the relationship between like the king and the oracle? Are they always supposed to get married?
I don't think they've really ever been married before Somnus and before Noctis and Luna.
Well, Arden could have, if he had been king.
Yeah, Arden was meant to marry the Oracle, and then we see the...
Well, they were married.
Oracle Trident. He was supposed to marry the Oracle, and then we have Noctis, who also is supposed to marry the Oracle. So there's like 3 instances that we know of.
Yeah, and I should clarify, Arden and Era were married. Like, they weren't meant to be married. They were married. Like, you see that in their things is like they go on dates and stuff together. They were married.
More or less.
Yeah.
I thought
like in order
the term of fiance was used, but I could be misremembering.
Also, to be fair, this is where Enix, main people who generated Cora, Roxas, Ventus, and all that. So it could just be unintentional. Oops, it happened.
And to be fair, it is also a video game. It is also a video game, and if Noctis didn't look a whole lot like Somnus, then everyone would be going, but are they related though? Because they already do that with Arden. And like they look at Arden and they look at Noctis and they go, these guys look nothing alike. These motherfuckers aren't related.
Okay, it was kind of funny because like I had introduced somebody who had never seen the game before, and the immediate response she got to seeing Arden was like, "Is that my uncle?" And I'm like,
yeah, fair. They look enough alike like each other then. All right, are we ready to get my ass kicked?
Yay!
Yeah, you used all your high potions against Hababa.
Don't remind me.
Brandish in your brute force.
Yeah. Let's see if you can handle it.
My main problem with
there's 2 of them.
Console.
Ow. Okay.
Teleport. This is fine.
Okay.
Don't grab his sword while he's not looking. Dang. My sword now.
Ow.
Rude.
Okay, I don't think I can attack him whenever he's sparkling. He's got plot armor.
He's got gay armor.
I have two high potions going into this.
I saw this really interesting fan art of Gilgamesh being a thing, and I'm like,
Oh, he got my glankle. Oh no.
Glankle!
He literally just stabbed me in the ankle as I was trying to dodge out of the way.
I don't want to know what that is.
It's Jacksepticeye. Whenever he was playing a Subnautica, would always jump off things instead of walking down the given path, and then the character would complain about. I don't know how I'm supposed to dodge that. The character would make a noise complaining about.
Legs.
Okay, their legs, but he said their ankles are made out of glass. So, glankle. Glass ankle.
Ah.
I was stuck.
I was more
what?
of a...
Okay.
I was more of a Markiplier girl, so...
I don't like Markiplier. I understand why people like him. I don't like Markiplier. For
it's fair.
The main reason of my younger brother likes Markiplier. And that's it. That's why I don't like Markiplier. Okay.
He can run.
I was born with a glass bone, paper skin. Every morning I break my leg, and every afternoon I break my arm. At night, I awake in agony. Hard to type.
Oh my god. One of my favorite...
What in the world are you quoting there?
That's SpongeBob?
Just roll over and die?
One of my favorite things from Markiplier was when he was...
I'm trying to listen to what the characters are saying.
Because I've got what it takes. And I'm gonna prove it.
And he sees Chica and he's like, let's eat what? With that constantly.
Okay, so whenever he jumps up, I can dodge that. Ow.
We were very apologetic about talking over the dialogue, by the way. Katie, I'm sorry.
Reliance on strength alone reveals your weakness of will. Countless disappointments met their end here. And so shall you.
No. I didn't come here to die. I came here to prove to you I'm worthy.
This is what happens when you get a bunch of creatures like us together.
Oh, it's fine. That's exactly why I wanted all of you guys to get together. Is to talk about SpongeBob while I fight Gilgamesh.
Also, it's entirely possible you will boss fight multiple times, so you'll hear.
Yeah, I'm specifically figuring out when I can parry and when I can dodge things and stuff right now. Like, oh god, no. Oh, he put down his sword and then he picked up another sword.
It's kind of interesting that he has different attack methods for like the sword he uses.
Oh, and now he's got more of a thrusting sword.
Right, now he's doing like a French thing.
Guys, he's the blade master.
Ah.
Yeah, but those swords hadn't been invented yet.
No, they definitely could have been invented.
He collects blades from defeated it.
So he sucks up their knowledge?
Why not?
I assume he's had 2,000 years to practice multiple blades. So
yeah, he's got an undead army to practice on. Ow.
He's French. He's French.
French.
you buried him.
Oh god, he's got a ghost arm.
You are strong, yet so long as fear binds your heart, The power you
wield.
possess is wasted on you.
No?
Oh, he's going two-handed!
I've still got
Here's
two
the
tricks up
killer.
my sleeve too. Ain't no way I'm backing down now.
Okay, here's the thing. Didn't katanas get proven to be like kind of not great?
Well, so they're not.
It's available at the time.
Yeah.
Katanas, like all swords, have a purpose. Oh, that's a really cool animation there.
Yeah.
Is that I do that parry, but then he dodges my. Eh.
But yeah, remember.
Katanas are very conditional.
Yes.
And what they can do that other swords can't do is just cut a straight limb off.
Oh my god. Well, they're supposed to be
Still
used
wielding
as...
katanas.
It's the Elder Scrolls.
So I will say that is for Katana.
Yes. Ow.
Whenever Thor fought Gilgamesh 30 years ago, in exchange for letting him leave alive, he took Thor's sword.
His attack patterns have changed.
He just got the cut, but there was no blood. That's what pisses me off about this game.
There was a little bit of a blood spray, but it's also a glowing sword, so I imagine there's...
Yeah.
Also, they can't show blood spray.
Their ship.
Till 16.
It's China. Thanks, China.
Or the rating was mostly because T-rated games, you can't do that as much now. M-rated games, for sure. That's why 16 is rated M. It's a little jarring, actually.
Oh god, what are you doing? What are you doing?
No, katanas are
Oh
supposed
lord.
to be used in a very specific way, which is why they're like shaped like that. And if you don't know how to use it, then of course it's gonna be a shitty sword.
Yeah. The slaughter happens during stream.
Why am I getting my health back? He should have killed me, but I got healed. What?
God.
I don't know what happened there.
The power of God in anime.
Okay, so his wind does have a range on it.
Come on, you can do this. His ass.
I beat him first time! I'm amazed
Before no man.
Ow, my head. That's bleeding a little. Ouch. That looks
Not exactly the souvenir I had
It
in
looks
mind.
infected.
Ugh.
It took me a while, but I realized something. You're right. I am afraid. Afraid of accepting the fact that maybe I'm not really cut out for the job I'm expected to do. But hey, at least I'm not walking away empty-handed. I'd better get going. I may be all muscle and no metal, but I'm gonna keep protecting Noct the only way I know how.
Spoken like a true shield of the king. Fear and doubt beget death alone. He who averts his gaze from his own faults cannot himself a true shield call. But you, having made peace with your inner self, have proven you are worthy.
No!
The chosen king should be so fortunate as to have a man like yourself serving at his side.
You mean?
Well, you didn't die.
And with
I don't know
this
how to
blade,
use this.
I entrust my power
You know,
to you.
I always say this on the Discord, but if Gladius DLC had just one editor with a brain cell, the dialogue here would have been a lot more impactful.
Taken
This is men
from
being
a young
men.
man who impressed me with his strength of will. It was with this very blade he stole from me my arm.
That's mine.
But
Versus.
I can't accept this.
If he
Yes,
still
you
walks
can.
among the living, a man of his mettle will have doubtless transcended attachment to mere material possessions.
You're probably right. In that case, don't mind if I do.
This is Oron's sword.
Now, hasten forth,
It's also
with
fourth.
mind unclouded by doubt and will unmoved by fear.
It looks like Oron.
The last king of Lucis is ill fit to fight without his shield.
Dude literally says Noctis is last in line.
Yeah, and Gladio doesn't take that too hard at all.
Yeah. And so the whole point of this is Gladio is doubting himself, so he comes here to prove himself. And then at the end of it, he sort of has this moment where he's like, I don't need to prove myself.
Sure did.
But there's not enough of
Quickly.
between
I'm
A and
impressed.
B.
Rub this
Yeah,
back
it's
with
just
me.
Like, you
not
kind of
great.
get a hint of
might
it
get a
during
kick
the
out of it.
fight.
I wondered where I put that thing.
He was using it.
He's
No,
got
he was
big
using it.
Keep it.
on his chest too. I
Thanks for
forgot
a
about
better
that.
souvenir than that scar.
Also, he doesn't get the scar on his
Oh.
chest that we see, so I don't know.
Oh wait.
I don't know.
Face
Yeah.
has like dirt all over it, and now I'm concerned about infection.
He lost his arm in battle with a real hot-headed young guy back in the day. That's so.
I honestly think this core, this DLC serves core more than it does Gladio.
I agree.
Will he'd ever seen.
So
Takes more than will to complete the trial. You need the will.
what needs to be done, what
If you fail to.
what would have been the best change is at the end is Gilgamesh goes like, you never needed to come in here. The whole point of this trial is you want to prove yourself,
If he's still
but
alive.
you don't need to prove anything to me. You need to prove it to yourself. And then make Gladio doubt himself and climb back up. You know?
I hope you feel more confident.
Which is probably what they were going for, but it's not executed.
Such an accomplishment. Not
Something
even Core
doesn't
the
have
immortal.
a sheath,
but I didn't
and that's
earn myself
pissing me
a
off.
Badass nickname like he did. Still, I'm glad I went through with it.
And in this conversation right here, how did Core fail
My
exactly?
duty. Good.
I don't think
Like-
he did.
Well,
That's the thing, is he cut off Gilgamesh's arm.
mosey on back to his king.
Like, sure, he's got a ghost arm up his sleeve, apparently. But Core didn't fail. They keep saying that Core failed, and stuff like that. But
I mean, I thought it was implied that Gilgamesh let him go, but Core saw that as a failure.
Yeah.
that could be implied.
I think it's implied that
So that's
Core
how
believes
you
he
got
failed
it.
because he didn't
What do you
beat
think?
Gilgamesh. But
Where's my Luna skin?
Really compliments the
Noctis
one I got
isn't
when you said
Luna.
that in that book.
Noctis isn't Luna.
Only difference is
What happened? What happened to his gender change? Come on.
Not unlike the licking the Marshal received back when he was
When you
alive.
love your wife so much, you become
Had
her.
a lot of guts to go up against Gilgamesh back then.
Yeah, Dad said he used to be a real firecracker.
The more you know.
See, they're all talking about fucking Core and not Gladio. Like,
Haunted those halls for some 2 millennia. That's a long time.
all those years waiting for the chosen king to arrive. You sure know how to take your sweet old time.
What can I say? I'm worth the wait.
My favorite line from Noct, actually. 2 millennia. I'm worth the wait.
Protect you now doesn't mean you get to slack off. But if you do, I'll be ready.
Yeah, and then also
completely unrelated.
Gilgamesh would also know that Noctis isn't going to live. Like,
ooh,
and they,
10 out of 10.
yeah,
He literally says the last king.
yeah.
Right. Like, and he's just taking this so fucking lightly. He's like, yeah, chosen king, cool.
I don't
Like,
think
okay.
Gladio's very good at listening to people. is the end of the day. I don't think Gladio has good listening comprehension.
No, and he's not intelligent.
Which is hilarious because he's a reader.
Oh, that's cool. The title screen didn't have the sword the first time around.
No, it does. Yeah, I no spoilers for Cursing Vermin here, but the title card does change whenever you complete Final Fantasy 15.
Ooh.
Cursing doesn't know about that, other than that it does change.
I know the general fate of Doc, but I don't know anything about the title.
Oh, you
don't know.
So upset.
Cursing doesn't know details.
You're gonna cry. I swear to God, you will. It made me cry the first time.
Oh yeah, no, I'm. Okay.
Well.
Okay.
All right, it's 1 o'clock now. I'm gonna go ahead and call it here because I haven't eaten lunch. Thank you guys for all joining me on this journey. I'll try and see if I can get the score attack off the screen. Well, this is the worst DLC, and that is because it is rushed and it's poorly edited, especially the dialogue and stuff. It all goes pretty well until Gilgamesh's and Gladio's conversation there. Gilgamesh should have been like, "You're here to prove to yourself," but
like the voice actors were trying.
Yeah. Well, it's not a matter of the voice actors; it's the dialogue. It's the dialogue they gave the voice actors. It's just like whenever you see the pictures of the characters playing the characters in Game of Thrones, reading the season 8 scripts, where everything goes off the rails, etc., and then it's all bullshit. Like, you can look up pictures of them getting the script and reading the script. They're all sitting there reading this going like, what the hell are these guys were thinking? Right? But yeah, so Gladio's DLC mostly has lore for core.
Right.
And honestly, like, doing the DLC, if I were ever to like remake this game, it would have not have been Gladio's DLC. We would have been playing as core, and then we would have gotten a beginning scene with Claris and Regis and all of them, and then core being like really angry and stuff like that. And then you go through the trial as core. We see what happens as core, and then we see Gladio show up, and Gladio's like, "I'm angry. I've got to prove myself. Take me through Gilgamesh's trial." And Core sits him down and goes, "No, you're being dumb." And that should be all of Gladio's DLC. Where did you get that scar? Core smacked me on the forehead.
Yeah, the problem with Gladio's DLC is that it's more focused on core than Gladio.
It is more focused on core than Gladio, and then also he feels like he needs to prove himself, but then at the end he goes, "I'm gonna say something cool and say I never needed to prove myself." And Gilgamesh is like, "That's the mindset I wanted from you from the start."
Right.
They're all just a little dumb.
One slightly disappointing thing, not as disappointing as the dialogue, is that I clicked back over to the wiki page for Gilgamesh, and it's under musical themes, the battle music for Gilgamesh. The title of the music is Battle on the Big Bridge. Episode Gladiolus. I will grant you, that is a pretty decently sized bridge to fight on. There are a lot more impressive bridges in this game alone that you fight on.
I agree.
I don't think that
I think they were a little restricted. I think they wanted to do it underneath these cool columns and stuff like that. I'm gonna see if I can find core.
Okay.
I know I said I was gonna end this. I know I said I was gonna end this stream, but now that I've finished it, whenever I turn around, core should be there. He should be, is my understanding.
Oh, we're about to find out.
Yeah, so he's here, and then I've got to run down this area.
Come here to die, have you?
Fat Mercer!
You amuse but do not impress. You lack his conviction.
Whose?
He who traversed these caves some 30 years ago. Turning a deaf ear to our wails and wishes, he proceeded unfazed, eyes ever forward.
Need to make a picture where it's like cool DLC, and it's like the guy looking at him, and it's just like this DLC was mostly about how cool Core is.
Yeah.
Stupid.
What it should also be is that it tells you whenever you start.
Just like he tried to stop me.
Okay.
All the
I can't.
years
Ha!
ago.
Haha. Really what this DLC should be about is the fact that Noctis is gonna die. Like, and then Gladio has to come to terms to that. That's what this DLC should have been about, but it's not. It's about Gladio being a little baby.
I can feel his presence. You better be ready for me.
I mean, like, I feel like the other DLCs definitely serve more of a purpose to their characters specifically. Yeah. Like, you gotta go through Prompto's, like, trauma.
Yeah, and they're all really well done. Now, if only Gladio's DLC had gotten time and editing.
And then Ignis's makes me ship him with Ravis, so...
I mean, to be fair,
you know, they're so similar.
Well, the thing about Ravis is that Ravis is. So if I walk into here, does the fight immediately start? Where does Core appear?
Can you actually fight Core? Is that just a?
No, it's an actual thing. I don't know where it is.
Brandishing your brute force.
Yeah. Huh.
That seems to be.
No, it drops you right into the fight.
Run away!
Maybe you have to go to the campfire?
No, because it's right on the bridge. Maybe it's in the final trial. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh god, I just quit out of the game.
Ah!
Oh god, black screen. You can see it through Discord, but the Twitch chat can't see it.
Oh. Is it Skyrim?
No, this is the ice cave in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. Oh.
You do it from title screen.
You do
final trial.
Yeah, final trial. Okay. Final Fantasy.
Final trial.
Final trial.
Okay. So I have a couple of things to say.
Okay.
First off, Gilgamesh apparently spared Core for having accomplished the feat of landing such an injury on him. Losing to Gilgamesh humbled the overconfident Core, who continued to serve the Lucian royal family. So he spared Core and let him leave, and Core, I guess, took it as a non-victory / but everyone else was like, oh my god, he fucking lived, while everyone else who went in there died.
I don't think that makes sense emotionally.
Yeah. And then as Gladiolus returns to his friends, speculates that Gilgamesh had been waiting for the chosen king for 2 millennia to test the might of the chosen king's shield. As told by Core, the reason Gladiolus' father, Claris Amastisha, never took on the trial was because he didn't deem it worth abandoning King Regan. Gilgamesh refers to Noctis as the last king of Lucian that he knows the fate of the true king. That's the end of the spoilers on the Gilgamesh.
Yes. Here we are. Corey's just sitting here like, you challenging me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because Cora's storyline is that he was in the military at the age of 13. Regis was walking by, and the boys were talking, and then Regis's father, King Mortis, overheard Cor Moors. Basically heard Cor saying that, like, he thought.
Congratulations, Gladio. You accomplished that which I couldn't. Care to show this failure how it's done? First the blade master, now the immortal. I can't catch a break.
Oh, he's throwing shit at me! Wait, there's still dialogue going on, man! That's cheap!
Like when you fight Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2, and there's like literally, like at the beginning, you have to press triangle, otherwise you will die.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Jesus.
I get 1 Phoenix down and 3 potions for this. Interesting.
We're dead.
Try again when you're
I know.
ready. Oh, I will.
Do you see him? He literally was just like, I'm gonna stab you in the back. Wait.
Too slow.
Out.
Mine.
Out.
Try again
Okay.
when you're truly ready. Oh, I will.
Is it gonna let me just restart? From checkpoint. Move S down and press. When locked onto an enemy. What?
Congratulations, Gladio. You accomplished that which I couldn't. Care to show this failure how it's done? First the blade master, and now the immortal. I can't catch a break.
Ow.
Not on my watch. Ready?
Ow. Okay. Well, I got stun locked. That's fun.
Oh. I will.
I'm trying to make room here to see what Core is doing.
Oh, kitty. Sorry, I got distracted by Palace cat kittens.
Oh, I missed that parry. Okay, so you have to lock onto him, walk backwards during that step.
What's everybody doing today after the stream?
I'm going to eat lunch.
It's over.
I'm going to a
Mine.
I'm probably gonna watch
Again when you're
videos.
truly ready. Oh, I will.
Okay.
Great.
I have to do laundry. I already wrote a little bit in my book today, so I'm probably just gonna do Oblivion until dinner time.
I actually have some short stories to post today. They've been on my back burner for a while, and I've decided that I'm going to publish them as they are instead of continuing to wait until more chapters come to me. Right, that's all for now. Then we're gonna go ahead and call it here.
Yay.
Thank you guys for watching me get my butt kicked by Core.
Yeah.
And that one fire giant.
Well, hey, I beat it on my second try. I beat it on my second try.
You know,
To be fair, that's very common in some games where, like, you manage to beat the main boss first try, but
This is the boss
the
before the boss.
is the one that kills.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Zach unfortunately has the curse where if he gets really close to being a boss the first time, he won't be good at it the next time.
tis the affliction of video gamers.
It's nice getting to meet you finally, Cursing.
I think we've been in VC once or twice. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I think this is the longest. It's really nice meeting you.
Yay.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, you guys have fun with all your chores and dentist appointments.
Alright, bye.